The Labour Party has sunk to humiliating new lows over recent months, with new leader Sir Keir Starmer facing a monumental challenge to reunite a party destroyed by vicious fighting, allegations of anti-Semitism and a baffling Brexit position. Jeremy Corbyn was humiliated after leading the party to its worst general election result in recent history, handing Boris Johnson the huge 80-seat majority needed to push his Brexit deal through the UK Parliament. Labour also lost several constituency heartlands, particularly in the north of England, that it had held and relied on for several decades, as voters began to turn against the opposition in their droves. Mr. Corbyn stepped down as leader, with Sir Keir elected in his place following a lengthy 3-month leadership battle, but he is now faced with the uphill task of eliminating bitter rows that contributed to bringing Labour down. But political experts have warned Sir Keir can quickly focus his attentions on two key areas the government continues to wrestle with, Brexit and the coronavirus pandemic, in his bid to repair the damage to Labour and put the party in a position to challenge the Tories. Mr. Johnson is refusing to extend the Brexit transition period beyond the year, leaving many high-profile EU officials furious that a trade deal between the UK and Brussels will not be signed. Highlighting the ineptitude of the government over the Brexit negotiations and the COVID-19 pandemic, and presenting an alternative strategy to deal with each constructive opposition provides an opportunity to repair the damage done to Labour. Alistair Jones, the Prime Minister, is also in the midst of dealing with the current coronavirus pandemic that has inflicted chaos on the UK population, the NHS, businesses and the economy, and seen the government spend hundreds of billions of pounds as a result. Alistair Jones, Principal Politics Lecturer at De Montfort University in Leicester, explained, an 80-seat majority can be overturned, but it will be a huge challenge. However, in highlighting the ineptitude of the government over the Brexit negotiations and the COVID-19 pandemic, and presenting an alternative strategy to deal with each constructive opposition. This provides an opportunity to repair the damage done to Labour. It must be borne in mind the votes for the Labour Party was at around 32%, better than Labour in 2015 or 2010 and better than the Conservatives in 2005. The question will be over the extent to which Labour re-engages with its heartlands in the Midlands and the North, bring them back on board, and the Conservatives will not win. Mr. Jones added, Starmer will be a popular choice as he reunites the party. His ability to highlight the errors of the government at PMQs, Prime Minister's questions, will endear him to many voters. The issue of tax is also interesting. The costs of the pandemic are such that the current government will either have to raise taxes or slash public spending even further, and both are vote losers. Starmer has an opportunity to create a people's agenda, much in the same way as Johnson did over Get Brexit Done. Wyn Grant, political scientist and professor of politics at the University of Warwick, warned Sir Keir could use his different personality traits to go on the counter-attack against the Prime Minister, warning the Tories not to get complacent. He added the pressure is now on Mr. Johnson and his party, and not Sir Keir and Labour, to deliver on their promises in order to keep the crucial new voters they gained from the general election on board. Mr. Grant said, Starmer may not be seen as very charismatic by voters, but he will be seen as serious and responsible, and in some respects that serves as a counter to Boris Johnson. I don't think Boris and the Tories should be worried, but they shouldn't be complacent either.